Yeah, everyone, we're gonna get started. And she's working on.
So whether it's there, you know, it's bad. See the lightning. Yeah, you see it on there.
Now he goes to stuff. So he has to go do a roll call first. Yeah, do roll.
As the flash of
That's not on you.
We'll call to order the planning coordinating committee for GD and RTC for June 3rd, 2026. But all rise for the order of meetings.
And pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, we go to roll call.
Okay, Erie County. Present. Niagara County,
Present.
Buffalo,
Present.
Niagara Falls,
Present.
DOT,
Present.
Thruway Authority,
Present.
and FTA. All accounted.
Moving to the approval of meeting agenda, do we have a motion to approve?
Erie County makes a motion to approve the meeting agenda.
Do we have a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. We'll move to the approval of the previous meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes of April 1st, 2026?
FTA motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
You make a second.
Are there any amendments or edits?
No.
Seeing none, motion is approved. Moving to the communications report with Angel.
Angelica's not here today, so I'm taking over for her.
Thank you.
You have a packet with your communications report listed. Some of our top visited websites were the main page for opportunities, maps and data, our safety and our announcements. We've had a total of 1,700 website visits for the month. Social media followings, we have 1,600 for Facebook, Instagram, 1,200, and LinkedIn, 400, and Twitter for X, 1,700. The more detailed is in your packet. Our stakeholders engagement that we had NITEC joint meeting. Mike Davis presented on the SEMA phase 1. We have NACTO conference. We had a Seneca Nations of Indians long range transportation plan workshop that was attended. An example freight working group tour in New Jersey that was attended by some of our staff members. Live Well Erie, and then we did Ministry of Transportation Ontario MTO Traffic Operations Center in July. That's it for community.
Thank you, Kim. Moving to public participation. Do we have any members of the public here at the Go Woods who would like to speak? Please state your name and affiliation.
Doug Funky, Citizens for Regional Transit. I just wanted to say that we're very, very pleased that the Regional Rail Committee is finally started, and we're looking forward to working with them. We have some real opportunities here as high-speed rail starts to get planned and built. You know, we need to make sure that Western New York doesn't get left out the way the original plan was, the draft is out there. It needs to be included in the planning and the development. And one thing that you just is we need to have a maintenance facility here in Niagara Falls. There's actually budget for it, I believe, but we own the land and the state owns the land. And it's on the tracks, it just have to build a building, and it doesn't make any sense to build high-speed rail in New York State without a maintenance facility on the western end. So that's one of the things we're gonna be pushing for, but we're really thrilled with it starting up. So, yeah, thank you.
Do we have any other members of the public here at the Go Woods who would like to speak?
Good morning, I'm Jim Gordon with Citizens for Regional Transit. Many of you in the room are aware of the lawsuit going on between Eastside Parkways Coalition, we're a member of that coalition, and the state over the Kensington Expressway project. We have not heard yet from the Court of Appeals. I just wanted to let you know that if there is going to be a decision, it will always happen on a Friday, so you don't have to worry the rest of the week. And we don't know what's going to happen, but just to let you know, it still hasn't been decided.
Seeing no other members of the public here to vote woods, if we have anyone online.
No, there's no one else.
All right, with that, we will shift over to action items with Rich.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I begin, I just wanted to welcome two new board members to our meeting, John Donnelly, who's Deputy Director for Niagara County Public Works, and Keith Lucas, who's the new Director of Planning for the City of Buffalo. So welcome everybody.
Niagara Falls.
You were in Buffalo. Sorry, that's why it's in Niagara Falls, and I apologize. Okay, no one said that's news to me. All right. So we have quite a bit of action items. So as you know, usually when spring rolls around, there's lots of projects that either need to be modified or new projects that are being added to the tip when outside money comes in. Or non-regional money comes in, I should say. So we have a bunch of items to go through today. It's quite extensive. I'll try to be as brief as possible while still giving you the full depth of what we're trying to accomplish. Some of these you'll note that they are recommendations, others are approvals. And the difference basically is if money is being reused from another tip project, it needs to go for policy approval. So in those cases, the action today would be to recommend. If money is coming from outside sources, it's new money coming into the region, that's a PCC action, and those would be the actions that we're gonna approve today. So just wanted to give you that, if you're wondering what the difference is and why some things are approved and some things are just recommended. So the first two projects we're going to talk about are two safety projects. So the state of New York has a pot of HSIP federal funds. Those are for safety improvements. They put out a solicitation for a roadway departure safety action plan projects. So these are projects that are going to reduce roadway departures, so cars leaving the lane and getting into an accident, often causing a serious injury or a fatality. So there was a bunch of different countermeasures, and this was sent out to all municipalities. And the requests came in applications. There was a review process, and the final awards were announced. We're finally at the point now where we're putting those projects that were awarded onto the TIF. So the first one we're going to talk about today is TIF Amendment number 7 in the town of Amherst. This is a curb warning sign program. So NISDOT, on behalf of the town of Amherst, has requested to add this project to the TIF. The project will improve safety, roadway safety by evaluating, upgrading curb warning signs on town roadways. Additional low-cost roadway departure safety countermeasures may also be implemented in the design, when gone through in the design process. And the anticipated obligation of this project will be in October of 2027. Next slide. Total project cost is about $410,000. Constraint is maintained as the project was awarded $389,000 of the roadway departure safety action plan HSIP federal funds. So that's about 95% of the project, and the town of Amherst is responsible for 5% of the project and a little over $20,000. On April 28th, the interagency consultation group concurred that this project is exempt from transportation conformity determination using code A6 Highway Safety Improvement Program implementation. 30-day public review period was completed on May 15th. 0 comments were received. Nick, I'll give you an opportunity. Anything to add to this?
Nothing to add.
Okay, so therefore, as this is new money coming into the region, our action is to approve. So today's action would be to approve via resolution 2026-16.
We have a motion to approve the action.
You can make a motion.
Do we have a second?
County second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion is approved.
Okay, our second roadway departure project is featured from the town of Clarence. DOT is once again representing the town of Clarence to request this new project be added to the TIP. This project will improve standard width paved shoulders, once again, in an effort to reduce roadway temperature crashes. Total project cost is $770,000. Constraint is maintained as 95% of the project comes from the roadway departure safety action plan HSIP. Award of $731,000. And it also includes the 5% local match from the town of Clarence for almost $39,000. Anticipated let for this one is April of 2028. On April 28th of this year, the interagency consultation group also concurred that the transportation conformity exemption code is A6, highway safety improvement program implementation. 30-day public review also ended on May 15th for this one, and no comments were received. Anything to add to this one?
Nope.
Right, so once again, today's action, this is money to the region, would be to approve via resolution 2026-17.
Do we have a motion to approve the action?
If you make a motion.
Erie County seconds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved.
Okay, we have a bunch of new DOT projects to talk about and approve. Next is tip amendment number 9, pay the 576606 Central Avenue over Plum Bottom Creek. NISDOT, representing Village Lancaster, is requested to add one new project to the tip. This project will address repairs not addressed in a previous state aid culvert project. That was pin 576386 Aurora Street, Central Avenue, Plum Bottom Creek. Oh, didn't finish yet. Total project cost is a little over $2 million. Constraint is gonna be maintained as the same amount will be transferred for another existing tip project, pin 576386. That same Aurora Street, Central Avenue, Plum Bottom Creek project. Slide, please. Anticipated let will be May of 2028. On April 28th of this year, the interagency consultation group concurred that this project is exempt from transportation conformity determination using code A19, widening narrow pavements or reconstructing bridges with no additional travel items. 30-day public review was completed on May 15th with 0 comments received. DOT have anything to add to this one?
Nope, you're on a roll.
All right. So this is one that's taking money from an existing project, so today's action is gonna be a little different, and this time we're gonna vote to recommend approval to policy committee via resolution 2026-18. Our next policy meeting is scheduled for August.
We have a motion to recommend approval to policy committee for this action item.
DOT will make a motion.
Erie County seconds.
Erie County seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved.
Okay, the next one is tip amendment 12, 556817, New York 63 Millersport Highway from the I-290 to Flint Road. DOT has requested this new item be added to the tip. The project will consist of pavement reconstruction and intersection safety improvements on Millersport Highway between the I-290 and Flint Road in the town of Amherst. Anticipated project cost is $2.786 million. Fiscal constraint will be maintained as $1.243 million will be transferred from a HSIP and HPP safety block. And $1.543 million will be transferred from 556816 New York 63 Flint Road to New York 270. Slide. Anticipated let for this one will be May of 2028. On April 28th, ICG concurred that this project is exempt from transportation conformity determination using code 810, pavement resurfacing and or rehabilitation. A 30-day public review period completed on May 15th. No comments were received. Anything to add to this one?
So yeah, this was part of a larger project on Millersport, which was extending the paving much further north. During project development, we realized that this piece here needed some additional work due to some safety issues at the intersection of Millersport and Flint, and the intersection of the ramp coming off of 290 and Millersport. So we broke out the money that was originally allotted for the paving work here and added some safety money to address the safety issues and are creating this new project as a subset of it. So that's it.
So once again, we're reusing some money that was already allocated with regional funds. So today's action would be to recommend to policy committee via resolution 2026-19.
Do we have a motion to approve?
If you make a motion.
Second? 3 seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Okay. Moving up to Niagara Falls, Tip Amendment 13, 581632, Buffalo Avenue, New York 104, and Buffalo Ave to New York 104 and New York 104. 954 to Walnut Ave, so Buffalo Ave to Walnut Ave. Those that requested to add this new project to the tip. Project will resurface existing pavement and overlay it with additional asphalt to prevent further degradation. Along Rainbow Boulevard and New York 104 in the city of Niagara Falls. Total project cost is $3.236 million. Fiscal constraint is going to be maintained as the same amount will be transferred from a pavement maintenance block fund 5B 1555. Anticipated let will be April 2028. On April 28th of this year, ICG concurred that this project is exempt from transportation conformity determination using code 810 pavement resurfacing and or rehabilitation. 30-day public review is completed on May 15th. No comments were received. Anything to add to this one?
Yeah, we're working with the city of Niagara Falls and the parks folks that are in this building here, with regards to some mobility issues that exist within the city. Most notably directly adjacent to the crossing plaza at the intersection of Rainbow and Niagara Street. So there's a lot of work going on with this one here. It's not just paving, but there could be some additional safety and mobility aspects added to this as we develop.
Thank you.
Question from Niagara Falls. How long is we expecting this, rehabilitation to last before there's a new project needed here?
This is simply just a mill and pave. So mill and paves, depending on the conditions, the winters that we have, can last anywhere from 8 to 12 years. But again, we're working with the city. I know they're procuring a study right now for traffic issues, especially right at the parking lot at Prospect Street by the plaza. Which does affect some of what we're doing with this job. So this will further develop into much more than just a milling and paving job, we imagine, as it develops.
Sure. Do we have a motion to approve today's piece, approved by resolution 2026-20?
DOT will make a motion.
Niagara Falls will second. All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Okay, the next is tip amendment 14 and 50-10-26. US 20A from US 20 to Centric Drive. DOT has also requested to add this project to the tip. This project will resurface pavement on Route 20A from US 20 to Center Drive in the towns of Hamburg and Orchard Park in Erie County. Total project cost is $2.923 million. Fiscal constraint will be maintained as the same amount will be transferred from 5B 1555, a pavement unamended lot. Next slide. Anticipated let will be April of 2029. On April 28th of this year, ICG concurred that this project is exempt from transportation conformity determination using code 810 pavement resurfacing and or rehabilitation. 30-day public review period completed on May 15th. No comments were received. Anything to add to this one?
And yeah, we are looking at other things to add to this corridor, consultation with Erie County, Empire State Development and the Buffalo Bills Group, for pedestrian improvements along 28 in this corridor, potentially some along California Road, to try to improve pedestrian access on game days and throughout the year in this area. So this as well is developing. We're getting on the program here as the pavement work and some other ped improvements are needed, but this will likely expand tremendously.
We have a motion to approve.
DOT will make a motion.
We have a second.
City Buffalo, second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion's approved.
Next action before you. Here is tip amendment 15, 5019, 25, New York 265, from New York 182 to New York 31, and associated connecting ramps. NISA requested to add this project to resurface the existing pavement and overlay it with additional asphalt, to prevent further degradation along New York 265 and town of Niagara in Niagara County. Total project cost is $4.406 million. Constraint will be maintained as the same amount to be transferred from the same pavement maintenance block fund, IP 1555. Next slide. Anticipated let for this one will be April 2028. On April 28th of this year, ICG concurred that this project is exempt from transportation conformity determination using code A10, pavement resurfacing and or rehabilitation. 30-day public review completed on 5/15 with no comments received. Anything to add to this one?
Yeah, we're currently working with Niagara County as well on this one here, as the Amazon facility directly to the east of this is causing some strain on this network. This job was simply set up as a milling and paving job with some pet improvements, but we are working with Amazon and the county on what other improvements can be made here to mitigate those traffic impacts.
We have a motion to approve.
DOT will make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Your county seconds.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Okay, next one is tip amendment 16, 505404, Route 391 over Newman Creek. NISA has requested to add this project to the tip to replace the bridge on New York 391 over Newman Creek in the town of Hamburg in Erie County. Total project cost will be $4.452 million. Constraint for this one is maintained as $3.561 million will be transferred from an existing STIP project, 510543, New York 39, US 62, Village of Gowanda, and $360,000 will be transferred from 5B 2007 State Infrastructure Program Block Fund. And the final $531,000 will be state dedicated funding. Next slide. Anticipated let will be December of 2026. On April 28th, the interagency consultation group concurred that this project is exempt from transportation conformity determination using code A19, widening narrow pavements or reconstructing bridges. 30-day review was once again completed on 5/15. No comments were received. Anything to add to this one?
Nothing there.
All right. Today's action will be to recommend approval to policy committee via 2026.
Do we have a motion to recommend approval to policy committee?
DOT will make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Harry County will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Okay, the last amendment is amendment 17, 5131 42, New York 277, New York 5 to New York 324. DOT is requested to add this new project to the tip to restore pavement conditions of New York 277 from New York 5 Main Street to New York 324 Sheridan Drive and town of Amherst in the Erie County. Total project cost $4.076 million. Fiscal constraint will be maintained as $3.435 million will be transferred from pavement maintenance block VPP block fund by B1556, and $641,000 will be transferred from pavement maintenance block by B15.
I think we're missing a slide.
We're missing this.
Yeah, we're missing the last slide.
Okay. Just make sure I got everything covered here. So the anticipated let will be 8/29. 30-day public review period completed on 5/15 with no comments received. On April 28th, interagency consultation group concurred that this is exempt from air conformity via code 810 pavement resurfacing and or rehabilitation. Therefore, today's action would be to approve as resolution 2026-24.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Yeah, do you make a motion?
Do a second?
Yes.
Empty seconds, all in favor, say aye.
Right.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Last motion is approved. With that, we will shift over into discussion
Oh,
items.
no, we got three of the motions.
Oh,
Add mile 11, you missing this?
so I'm just.
Yeah. I don't know, probably an old version. Okay, so first, we have three modifications to talk about. So these are existing projects that are being modified. So Michigan Avenue streetscapes. So DOT is requested to modify this by merging three projects, the design phase of three projects, 576324 Michigan Avenue Streetscape Phase 1 from Genesee to South Division. 576562 Michigan Avenue Streetscape Phase 2, South Division to Ganson, and 576563 Michigan Avenue Streetscape Phase 3, East North to Genesee. So this request will move all design funding as noted for all three projects into one project, so they'll all be moved into PIN 576324. The project titles will be revised for consistency. The limits of phase 2 will be updated, and the lot dates for all phases will be adjusted. There will be one design approval document for all three projects. For final design, there will be separate PS&Es for each project. All three projects will be let separately. And this project was recommended by TPS on May 20th. No one, anything to add to this?
Just briefly, we did something similar on Jefferson Avenue, which worked out pretty well. We design up front, and if we get funds down the line, we can actually bid as one large project or still have the flexibility to bid as separate projects, similar to what we're doing on Jefferson here.
Do we have a motion to approve as added on 11?
City of Buffalo make a motion to approve.
You have a second?
Maybe 30 seconds.
Erie County seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Okay, so the last two are Federal Transit Administration program realignments that the NFTA have submitted. So each year, NFTA must realign their programs based on actual published apportionments. So the way that it works is for federal highway, you get like 4 years where they estimate how much the region is going to get. Federal transit works a little different than that, is that it's only a 1-year estimate. So they have to base their program on what they think the estimate's going to be, and then when the actual amount are published, they have to adjust their program to make sure that their constraint is maintained. So these two actions will do that for two different FTA programs. The first is the 5307 program. So there's two projects that are going to be modified based on this. 582582 bus capital project, 5307 funding FFY 27. This project will change its name to Purchase Battery Electric Buses FFY 26, 5307. And the total project cost will be increased from 21.038 million to 21.492 million, an increase of $454,000. The next 5307 project that will be modified is 582532 bus preventative maintenance 5307. This project will change its name to Bus Preventative Maintenance FFY 26 5307. And this project will be decreased from 7.477 million to 3.976 million, a decrease of $3.501 million. Finally, 582533 rail preventative maintenance 5307 will change its name to rail preventative maintenance FFY 26 5307. And this project will be decreased from 618,000 to 439,000, decrease of 179,000. So these modifications were recommended by TPS on May 20th. Darren, anything to add to this one?
No, unless anybody has any questions.
Okay. Seeing no questions, today's action would be to approve these changes as ed mod number 12.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Yeah, motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Tiger County seconds.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved.
And the last one is FTA's 5337 program. That also needs to be realigned based on published amounts. This will realign 5337 program with a couple of different project changes. 582537 rail preventative maintenance 5337. That project will change its name to rail preventative maintenance FFY 26 5337. And that cost will be increased from 3.127 million to 3.788 million, an increase of 651,000. 582583 rail capital project 5337 funding FFY 27. That will change its name to catenary and insulator phase 5 FFY 26 project 5337. And the total project cost will be decreased from 2.557 to 1.869 million, a decrease of 690,000. This action was also recommended by TPS on May 20th. Once again, Darren, anything to add to that?
Nope.
Okay, so once again, our action today will be to approve these changes. This time is ed mod number 13.
Do we have a motion to approve?
MT motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Eric County will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved. Now we'll move to discussion items. Starting off with the public review report with Rich.
Okay, so we have a bunch of items that are currently in public review. I just wanted to review those and give the public an opportunity to submit comments. So the first is tip amendment 10, pin 513455, Big Sister Creek remediation, Bennett Beach to New York 5. This project aims to investigate options to modify Big Sister Creek channel downstream the New York Route 5 bridge over Big Sister Creek to provide relief for floodwater due to ice jam. This one was pretty popular. We've received 17 comments already, so they've been acknowledged and also forwarded to DOT. This one will remain in public review until close of business on June 8th. Tip Amendment 11, 530847, US 62 resurfacing, another DOT project. This project will resurface US 62 in the village and town of Hamburg and include intersection improvements at US 62 and New York 75. As of date, we have not received any comments, and this one will also continue until close of business on 6/8/26 and open for review until then. Tip Amendment 18, 5 new transit projects. This is an NFTA project. Those projects include 582655, purchase of paratransit vehicles, 582656, Bailey Avenue, battery electric bus rapid transit, 582657, DL&W Shore Line rehabilitation, 582658, Cold Spring bus battery electric bus charging infrastructure, and pin 582659, Metro Bus Garage. One comment was received, acknowledged and forwarded to NFTA, and this one will continue in public review until June 22nd. Next slide, please. And the last, Amendment 19, pin 5LC112, large culvert preservation and renewal, Northern Erie Cross Program. This is a DOT project that will replace 2 deteriorated culverts located in the towns of Aurora and Orchard Park. As of date, no comments have been received, and this one will remain in public review until close of business on June 22nd. Finally, tip amendment 20, pin 5LC113, large culvert preservation and renewal northern Niagara cross border. Cross program, NISDOT project. This one will also look to replace culverts, this time in the town of Lewiston and Lockport, so 3 culverts. 0 comments have been received to date. This one will also remain in public review until June 22nd. So those are the items that are currently in public review.
Thank you, Rich. Shifting over into discussion item B with the working group status reports, and believe we're starting with Brendan.
Good morning, everybody. I'll stay on with turn out. I'll walk down in a moment. So we held the first meeting of the active transportation working group on April 22nd. We had 23 participants attend, both in person and virtually, so it's a pretty good turnout. We use this first meeting as a way to kind of just introduce the concept of the working group and talk about some of the previous active transportation work GBNRTC has completed. We established expectations and objectives of the working group. We got some input from participants about their goal for the group. Next slide, please. So our next meeting is going to be on June 24th. The participants decided that they'd like to meet every other month. A good cadence to make sure we're staying up to date on everything that's happening with active transportation. Our next meeting topics are going to include a presentation on e-bike policy, regulation, and incentive programs from Shared Mobility. We're also going to be looking at the active transportation mapping and data resources that GBNRTC has on our website. Also doing some introductory work for the active transportation plan and the community engagement that we'll be doing for that project in the next couple of months. We'll be giving a brief overview of our bike and pedestrian count program that Volney is setting up. And then doing a preliminary assessment of some of our draft bike level of traffic stress assessment with the participants. All right, that's all I have. Anyone have any questions? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Brendan. I think now we're up with Volney.
Good morning, everyone. So we kicked off our first safety working group meeting May 28th, and we had a total of 15 participants, which included personal, in person and virtually. We have representatives from NISDOT, Erie County, also Niagara County, Empire State Development, Town of Amherst, Town of Clarence, and also from Shared Mobility. So some of the topics that we discussed included our mission statement and some of our goals. Also, some of the things that were brought up, some of the points were researching better snow removal ideas and policies, along with looking at what local municipalities are doing with snow removal. Also, we talked about researching ways to mitigate and improve safety of bike and pedestrian users on roads that are widened. And the discussion came up that when roads are widened, sometimes it results in increased speeds. So we were talking about ways to improve on that. Next slide, please. Some other things also, we looked into identifying and researching high crash intersections and roadways. So those can be some of the discussion items that we talk about in future working group meetings. And also, we want to create a list of projects that are on a tip that we can look at and examine that are still in the design phase, and they would like to be able to give some type of feedback or recommendations for those tip projects. And also, our next meeting is potentially going to be late July, early August. We came upon an agreement of having the working group meetings quarterly as of now, and more frequently as needed. And that's pretty much it for the safety working group meeting that we had last week.
Thank you, Volney.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Moving into our last working group, the Passion of Rail working group with Matt.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So we had our first very lively meeting on April 20th. It was very well attended, 26 participants. We had representatives from NISDOT, Erie County, Niagara Falls, and some presidents. We also had Citizens for Regional Transit, Empire State Passenger Association, a group called All Aboard Erie, representing kind of the rail interests of northwestern Pennsylvania. and the city of Jamestown. So the first meeting, we really just wanted to focus on kind of like the governance structure, what a working group is, what we expect from the working group, et cetera. We also elected Tom DeSantis as our chair, if you remember it, from the city of Niagara Falls. Alan Oberst is our vice chair, and then we just kind of discussed our draft plan, which we discussed with you all back in February. Next slide. So our next meeting, our group would like to meet monthly, at least initially. So our next meeting is June 23rd at 10:30 at GBNRTC. Everybody is welcome to attend if they like. Topics for this meeting, we're going to be talking with the NISTOT main office, hopefully to get an update on their state rail plan update. And look at some of the projects specifically targeted for Western New York, as Doug mentioned, the maintenance facility for Niagara Falls, some of the Niagara Branch improvements. We're also looking to identify some additional stakeholders, and we're going to be researching some planning grants. So if anybody from your agency, if you think of anyone that should be present, please reach out to me and I'll make sure that they get an invite. That's all for right now.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
With that, we've wrapped up our working group status reports and shift over to the executive director search update with Rich.
Actually, Mr. Kinnaman's gonna take that.
Sure.
All yours.
Just a brief update. So we've received applications from 11 different folks. The application period has ended weeks ago. It ended, I believe. So Darren and I are continuing to coordinate and work to shortlist the candidates that we've received, and we'll begin setting up interviews in the next 2 to 4 weeks. So that's basically where we are.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. Now I think we'll kick it back to Rich for the office space update.
Yep, just a quick update. So for those of you who are unaware, GBNRTC has been housed in the same building, leasing space for over 30 years now. There is a desire to look at different options downtown. We are focusing downtown. At the same time, NITEC is busting at the seams. They're looking to also get a updated, more modern and larger workspace. So we are looking to do a joint facility where both of us can be housed. As I said, we'll remain downtown. An RFP was issued, 5 proposals were received. There is a selection committee involved, and they recently met and eliminated 2 of the proposals. So the next step is going to be GBNRTC and NITEC. Athena is on vacation, so she's not here today. We'll be meeting with FHWA regarding financials. That includes updates to that are going to be needed. NITEC has a lot more technical issues than GBNRTC does. They have the video wall and a lot more security issues than we do. So we're going to make sure that we're clear on what can be spent on what and how we're going to finance all of this stuff. In addition, at that selection committee meeting, several additional questions came up with members. Those were recorded by the consultant and are going to submit those back to the 3 remaining proposals that we're interested in. And we'll get answers back to those questions and then move on to the final stage where final costs will be requested from the 3 proposals. That's the update.
Great. Thank you, Rich. With that, we'll move over to status reports and information, unless there was any questions on the office space update. No. All right. Ongoing conversation there. We'll start with member agency reports. Darlene, if you could kick us off and then we'll go down the line.
Construction has started. It's so everywhere. That's all I have for today.
I will echo that. Plenty of projects, paving, going around in the city of Buffalo. Couple to point out, Abbott Road has our roundabout halfway through construction. So if you're in that area, use caution. We're working on finishing the other half of the roundabout starting this week. Main Street's also got plenty of construction with both cars on Main, Middle Main starting up as well. So to echo Darlene's point, use caution, a lot going on, which is great to see in the area, but just use caution around the workers.
Niagara County, construction's begun, all going well. Again, echoing what Buffalo and Erie County said, be careful as you're driving on the streets. Thank you.
Just two things for DOT, the second round of roadway departure, we've not heard yet on any awards. We did submit for one extra project. On behalf of Erie County, still have not heard, we did exhaust our funds for the first round, but we're gonna to grab some more. And just kind of building on the construction, comments made just previously, automated work zone speed enforcement, folks have seen that in the news quite a bit lately. Speed utilized in the Thruway Authority roads, DOT roads. We are looking to expand that to non-expressway facilities. I know there's a lot of pushback. But really, anybody gets that kind of pushback in your agencies, you know, the basic message is we're trying to keep our workers in our work zones safe. So people can complain about having to go a little bit slower, or getting $50 fine if they do go a little too fast. But the effort is to get these folks home safe at the end of the day, which has been a struggle in recent years. So that's all I had.
Well, I'll kind of echo what everyone else is saying, especially Nick with work zones. Construction started. I think as everyone has seen, we have a major project going from interchange 50 all the way to 53. In that work zone alone, since it started, we have the automated work zone cameras in there. We've had close to 13,000 or 13,000 violations in that short time period. So we're just asking people to slow down in the work zones. I know some of the complaints we've gotten is that there's times where there's not active workers in the work zone. But I want to iterate that it's not always workers in the work zone. It is geometry change. So it's for the safety of the traveling public also. So there does not have to be a worker in that work zone, follow the speed limit. And I just want to give a heads up that probably towards the end of June, early July, we'll have our 190 reconstruction project going. And that's going to be going all the way from the 90 all the way to Louisiana Street. That's a 2-year project. That's going to have probably some significant impact on commuters into the city. So just be aware that that'll be starting up soon. That's all I have.
Thanks. I wasn't gonna talk about construction, but I was gonna talk about parties. And did you know this time of year, there's a lot of street parties, so make sure to check the NFTA Metro website. We participate in some of the parades, but even the block parties impact our service. So we've listed all the impacts looking forward from there. So make sure to check our website for service changes. Thanks.
From Niagara Falls, I'm not going to talk so much construction. I just want to note again that we have new director of planning here, Keith Lucas, you'll be seeing a lot more of his face and a little bit less of mine. As you know, I wear a number of caps here in Niagara Falls, and this will be very nice to have one that I can hand off to a large degree to Keith. So I think moving forward, Keith will be chairing this particular piece in the city. And so we're very thankful to have him here in the Falls. With that, I'll pass it off to Keith.
I'm good, really.
All right, Rich.
Okay. Thank you. Just a couple of notes. So some of this was briefly mentioned, so I got a couple of pictures up there. The top picture is NFTA graciously provided a bus for 12 of us to visit the Traffic Operations Center outside of Toronto. So that's their huge wall next to us, behind us, I should say. So we learned about their operations, saw some of the technology, and Billy and Dean got some ideas on how to spend some money, I think. So that was a fun trip. And on the bottom, we attended the NITEC joint meeting at the the Buffalo Airport Fire Department. I got to be the cool boss for the day and take 2 of our younger employees out on a fire truck and on the apron of the airport. So we appreciated that. That was a lot of fun as well. Couple of work items to mention. So we've been working hard with procurement at NFTA to get consultants on board for several important studies. Those include our traffic count program, both the 2 counts and intersection counts that only runs. So we got an agreement working for that one and board approval. Blue Water Tower study also got an agreement in the works, and our consultant for our long-range transportation plan board approval a couple of weeks last week. And we got the contract going for that one too. So lots of work coming up, and that's my report for today.
Thank you, Rich. With the report, we'll be moving into executive session. Per our rules here for executive session, the only members who can be here in the room are those who are the member agencies. Am I correct on this? Yes, thank you. So we will have to ask for everyone else to depart. I have to advise you then coming back for a final adjournment. Yes. Rich.
The purpose for the executive session is to further discuss the applicants for the executive director. Executive session, executive director, that's tough. So to further discuss the applicants for the executive director position.
We have a vote to go into.
Yeah, we will. I was just gonna wait for.
Should.
Okay. Do we have a motion to move to executive session? NFTA motions, do a second? DOT seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, we're moving to executive session. Good. I was thinking.